fear. He dropped to his knees and fell forward onto his hands. Then he felt tiny, crowded feet run over his fingers.
Boris heard his own scream echo through the tunnel. Once again, the tiny claws of a rat dug into his hands. Boris jumped to his feet, hitting his head on the low ceiling of the tunnel. Then he felt them all around him. The rats were running over his shoes. They were crawling at his legs. Boris opened his mouth to scream, but he knew he had to be quiet. He dug a fist into his mouth. He made himself move forward into the tunnel. All he could hope was the rat would not climb up his leg. If they did, he knew he would lose his mind. Suddenly, the tunnel sloped down at a sharp angle. Boris' feet slipped forward. He landed on his back. He slid deeper and deeper into the tunnel. He no longer felt the rats around him. He no longer heard their claws scratching the rock. Boris came to a stop where the floor of the tunnel suddenly became flat. His breath was coming in short gasps that tore at his lungs.
He picked himself up. He researched for the shimmery walls of the tunnel that he had just fallen down. Then the trash hit him like a blow. He could never go back. The wall of the tunnel behind him were too steep and slippery. He had only one chance. He had to push on. He had to push on and hope that there was an end of the tunnel. Boris moved himself forward. He crowded at the wall with his hands, trying to hurry. The tunnel was beginning to feel more and more narrow. His breath was coming in shorter and shorter gasps. Then the tunnel made a sharp turn to the left. Suddenly, Boris saw something that makes him cry out in relief. Through an opening in the distance, he could see the pale rays of the moon. He was almost there. He could smell the night air. Boris struck towards the patch of the moonlight ahead of him.
The tunnel was turning upward. Boris had to grab both sides of the wall and dig his feet into the cracks in the wall. Slowly he pulled him up. Boris felt the blood from his cuts run down into his sleeves. But the pain didn't matter. All that matters was the patch of light ahead. Boris felt the night air against his face. He was close now, close to freedom. Then a sound behind him terrified him. It was the sound of those clawed feet. They were following him. Boris scrambled up to the top of the tunnel even faster. The moonlight was so bright now that he could see his hands in front of him. He felt a rat brush against his leg, but he had only a few years to go. With his last bit of strength, Boris lunged toward the light. He felt his head crash into something hard to cold. For a moment he was stunned. Then he opened his eyes. In front of him, the moonstone shone through the bars of a heavy gate. Still pressed up against it were the cold, white bones of a skeleton. There was no escape. There was no going back. That was it. This was it. Just Boris and the rats.